Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Football Alliance Crunch Time here on the World Sports and Entertainment Network. I'm your host, DB Love. This week we are in week 15 of the World Football Alliance. We start off in the Alliance Division. We will talk about the week 14 Players of the Week in the Alliance Division. Offensive Player of the Week last week was Stefan Ziegler, quarterback for the Austin Desperados. Stefan went 28 of 43, 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. Defensive Player of the Week, Mac Terrell, middle linebacker for the Portland Snowhawks. Mac had 11 tackles and 2 interceptions. Moving ahead to this week in week 15, teams on a bye: Oklahoma City, Orlando Wizards, Brooklyn, London, Sacramento, and Memphis Hounds all had byes. Getting into the scores from this week, we start things off San Antonio taking on Mexico City Golden Eagles. San Antonio won that one easily, 41-24. They improved to 6-5. Golden Eagles fall to 4-7. Up next, we had Toronto taking on Houston. Houston won that one easily, 24-9. Houston improves to 5-5. Toronto falls to 5-6. Up next, we had Chicago taking on San Diego Aftershock. Aftershock won that one easy, 38-9. Aftershock improved to 7-3. Chicago fall to 1-10. So worst in the league. And finally for this week, we had Columbus Aviators taking on Austin Desperados. Columbus Aviators won that one 34-10. They improved to 9-2. Desperados fall to 2-8. Just above the Chicago's 1-10. So let's get you to this week's in-game highlight from the Alliance Division. Salt Lake City taking on Portland. Check it out.
What an interception here to start the game in rainy Portland, Oregon. Portland Snowhawks taking on Salt Lake City Elks. Anthony Stork, Salt Lake City quarterback, fires it deep, intercepted in the end zone by the Snowhawks. And in a few short plays, the Portland Snowhawks have driven the ball all the way down the field for a first and goal opportunity. Handoff there to the running back. Gets stopped short. That'll bring up second and goal from the 3. Impressive drive here from the Snowhawks. Parker Culberson, the quarterback, has been on point with his passing, and there's the touchdown. Handoff goes to the running back Cromartie, who walks it in for the touchdown off of the right tackle run to give the Snowhawks a 7-0 lead early here in this rivalry game. And late in the first quarter, Salt Lake City tie the score. Anthony Stork hands it to the running back, who runs right up the gut for his 10th rushing touchdown of the year to tie the game at 7. And in the second quarter now, Portland take the lead. Witherspoon takes the handoff from Culberson, runs it up the middle, 14-7 Snowhawks lead. Oh my goodness, what a game changer here. Salt Lake City drives down the field. Portland holds them to a field goal attempt. Portland then blocks the field goal attempt, scoops it up, returns it all the way for a touchdown, for a 21-7 lead here in the second quarter. Another block for Portland. Next possession, they force a Salt Lake City punt, and they block the punt. Special teams coming up huge for the Snowhawks. Third forced turnover here in the first half. Portland has the football at their own 8-yard line. after the block punt. Parker Culberson will start in the shotgun, hands it to Witherspoon, met right at the 10 and dropped by the Elks. 2nd and goal from the 10 now. Culberson shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. Culberson audibles, hands to Witherspoon, running left side, brought down around the 6. Brings up 3rd and goal for the Snowhawks, looking to convert for the 3rd time in this half on a turnover. Cromartie splits out left out of the backfield. Culberson takes the snap, drops back. He'll pass over the middle, dropped in the end zone. Oh my goodness, that was a touchdown dropped by the receiver. And Portland will settle for a field goal for a 24-7 lead. 3:45 to play in the first half. And Portland add another touchdown here at the end of the first half. Parker Culberson fires a strike to the wide open receiver Barksdale there. Complete for the touchdown to give the Snowhawks a huge lead heading into halftime, 31-7. And Salt Lake City have driven all the way down the field looking for a touchdown to close the gap here on the scoreboard. Heading into halftime, 16 seconds remain. It's 2nd and goal for the Elks. Stork drops back, hits Marshall out of the backfield, had him complete for the touchdown. Marshall not able to hang on. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. 13 seconds remain until half. Stork in the shotgun takes the snap, drops back, fires left, and Marshall holds on to that one for the touchdown. 2nd touchdown for Marshall today. 1 running, 1 receiving. And with 10 seconds left before halftime, Elks trim the lead to 31-14. And that does it for our first half here in Portland, a rainy Portland, Oregon, in this rivalry game. See the numbers there. Portland leading the way. The difference in this one has been turnovers. There was the first one. Portland picked off a potential Salt Lake City touchdown in their end zone. Drove right down the field, turned it into their own touchdown, rushed in there by the running back. Salt Lake City would answer back with Marshall running it in. Then Portland would run away from Salt Lake City. From there, they'd get a rushing touchdown from Witherspoon. They would get a field goal attempt block that was returned for a touchdown. They would block a punt. Parker Culberson hit Barksdale there for another touchdown. Salt Lake City would add one late to get it to 31-14, your halftime score. And into the 3rd quarter now we go. Portland Snowhawks have put together a nice drive. Parker Culberson looking for the end zone. Fires right, touchdown. Pass complete to Delmas for a touchdown. Portland continue to dominate this one. Pinpoint accuracy by the lefty Culberson. Excellent job to get the feed in. Knee down by Delmas. 38-14 Snowhawks lead in the 3rd. What a run for Devin Marshall for Salt Lake City. He gets one back for the Elks. About a 70-yard touchdown run. Look at this, breaking 2 tackles there. then outrunning the rest of the defenders, takes it to the house to cut the lead to 18 for the Elks. They'll now go for 2. Stork hands it to Marshall again, dives in for the 2-point conversion to make it 38-22, 2.5 to play in the third. What a play here by Barksdale. Portland getting right back down the field, up the sideline, spinning. He moves, he goes down inside the 5. What a catch and run by Barksdale. Juke 3, spins out of 1. He's already had a touchdown here today. Very next play, first play of the fourth quarter, Culberson hands to Witherspoon right up the middle for another touchdown to make it 45-22 Snowhawks. That was outstanding drive by the Snowhawks. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but touchdown Portland Snowhawks. They continue the blowout. Backup running back Cromartie takes the handoff, gets into the end zone for his second time here tonight. 10th touchdown on the year for him. Portland are rolling 52-22. And 8.5 remain in the game. Salt Lake City able to find the end zone again. High scoring game this one, as the Elks are able to reduce their deficit from 30 to 23. And with 15 seconds left, Salt Lake City score an inconsequential touchdown. It'll have no outcome on the game, as they will continue to be blown out here by Portland. Only 15 seconds remain in the game. Salt Lake City go for 2, and it is bottled up. 15 seconds remain. Portland lead 52-35. And that's it for this one. Portland Snowhawks win this rivalry game in blowout fashion in front of their hometown crowd. We take a look at some highlights. All Portland. Backup running back Cromartie had 2 touchdowns on only 4 or 5 carries. Devin Marshall, the lone bright spot for Salt Lake City, had a big game. Portland would block a field goal for a touchdown. You see the numbers there. Portland win easily.
All right, let's get to the standings in the Alliance Division. Leading the division at 9-2, Columbus Aviators. Second place, Brooklyn Barons at 8-2. Third place, Memphis Hounds at 8-3. San Diego Aftershock are in fourth at 7-3. Portland Snowhawks in fifth at 7-4. Sixth place, San Antonio Marshalls are 6-5. We have a tie for 7th, Houston Voyagers and Orlando Wizards, and Salt Lake City Elks all sit tied at 5-5. And bringing up the rear is Toronto Thunderbirds at 5-6. Now let's shoot over to the United Division. Start things off with Players of the Week from last week. Offensive Player of the Week in the United Division from Week 14 was Cooper Schaefer, quarterback for the Brooklyn Beats. Cooper was 27 of 32, 382 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had a rushing touchdown. Great week for him. And the Defensive Player of the Week, Week 14 United Division, was Rashawn Trevathan, middle linebacker for Austin Armadillos. He had 20 tackles and a sack. So this week there was only 2 teams with a bye in the United Division, Dublin Celtic Tigers and Oklahoma City Bisons. So let's get to the scores. We start things off. London took on the Brooklyn Beats. Brooklyn Beats won that one 23-6. They improved to 6-5. London falls to 6-4. Up next, we had Memphis Steamers taking on Mexico City Conquistadors. Good game there. Conquistadors won it 30-27. They improved to 4-7. Memphis Steamers fall to 2-9. Up next, we had Austin Armadillos taking on Houston. Austin won a close one there, 33-31. They improved to 8-2. Houston falls to 4-7. Up next, Chicago took on Columbus Caps. Chicago won that one 27-21. They improved to 6-5. Columbus Caps fall to 3-7. We had the San Diego Crusaders taking on Portland. San Diego won that one 38-17. They improved to 6-5. Portland falls to 5-5. And finally, the Sacramento Condors took on the Toronto Huskies. Huskies won that one 37-31. They improved to 6-5. Condors fall to 4-7. Let's get you to the in-game highlight for Week 15, United Division. Salt Lake City taking on San Antonio Dreadnaughts. Check it out.
And we open the scoring here. Salt Lake City Pioneers taking on San Antonio Dreadnaughts. Salt Lake City running back Gaddis takes the handoff after two phenomenal pass plays by quarterback Rocco Ringer. Gaddis takes it for a 40-yard touchdown run to give the Pioneers a 7-0 lead early in this important game in the United Division battle for second place in the division here. After adding a few field goals, Salt Lake City in the second quarter intercept Austin Cedar, the San Antonio linebacker there, Cole Dragosevich, picks off the pass, takes it all the way down. I believe he returned it for a touchdown, but they may have marked him down at the 1. They did. Did not give him a touchdown, but Cole Dragosevich picks off the pass, runs it back to the 1-yard line. Rocco Ringer and the Pioneers now come out, hand the ball off to the backup running back, and he gets it in for the touchdown to make it a 20-0 lead. Rashad Barclay, his first run of the game there, results in a touchdown. This comes after starting running back Rico Gaddis, who has had a phenomenal game, already over 100 yards rushing. In the second quarter, he had a run of 40 yards, 2 20-yard runs. He's been the lifeblood of this offense. He left the last drive with an injury. We are still awaiting his return, but Pioneers dominating this all-important game, 20-0 in the second quarter. And with 41 seconds remaining in the half, San Antonio showing signs of life. They've cut this lead in half. They added a field goal last drive to make it 20-3. Next possession, pick 6. They pick off Rocco Ringer, return it for a touchdown to cut the lead in half, heading into halftime, 20-10. All right, we get to halftime. Salt Lake City dominated this game for about 29 of the 30 minutes of the first half. San Antonio fight back, get 10 points within the final minute, as Salt Lake City opened the scoring in this one. Rico Gaddis ran one in from 40 yards out. Rico Gaddis over 100 yards rushing in the first half. He would then get knocked out with an injury. His backup, Rashad Barclay, would take that handoff and get in 14-0. Dragosevich would then pick off the pass leading to that touchdown. Rocco Ringer would then throw a pick 6 to San Antonio, who also added a field goal to get us where we are, 20-10, as we start the third quarter. And San Antonio come out to start the third quarter and get another touchdown, drive it all the way down the field. Austin Cedar hits the receiver there to make it a 20-17 game. Pioneers leading. 7:25 remain in the third. And Salt Lake City pull back away here to start the fourth quarter after adding a field goal late in the third. Quarterback Rocco Ringer hits Pierre Crowder, the receiver there. Phenomenal catch and run. Look at this spin move away from the defender, and he is gone to the house for a touchdown. His fifth of the year. Phenomenal touchdown catch and run for Pierre Crowder to extend Salt Lake City Pioneers' lead. And just before the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter, San Antonio get another touchdown. Austin Cedar hits the receiver there to climb back into this one. And that will do it for us here in Salt Lake City. Pioneers hold on to win a close game, 34-27. It was all Pioneers in the first half, all Dreadnaughts in the second half. They battled back, but not quite enough. Salt Lake City did enough to hold them off. Rico Gaddis had a good game before getting injured. Pierre Crowder, great touchdown reception there. Hard-fought battle by both teams. Take a look at the numbers there. Salt Lake City moving to sole possession of second place in the United Division with this win.
All right, there you have it. Standings for the United Division through 15 weeks. Austin Armadillos lead the division at 8-2. Followed by the Salt Lake City Pioneers at 7-4. Coming off that last game you just saw, Dublin Celtic Tigers in third at 6-4. Oklahoma City Bison are tied with them at 6-4, as well as the London Monarchs at 6-4. So there you have it. You're up to date. We're pushing towards the playoffs. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the United States Basketball Championship. And we will see you guys next week. Later.